evening, everybody. This is Green Line Girl 07 with my buddy, the legendary warrior Wolf 10 Media.
You have a lot of pep and vigor.
I try to.
Did I just hear concerned dog?
Uh, no, she's in the living room watching TV.
I thought I heard her bark.
That actually may be my sister's dog. Well,
Oh wow.
dogs. Yeah, keep
Uh-oh.
in mind she's got two.
Oh goodness.
And also, I am puppy sitting my brother's dog.
That doesn't sound good. They just call you the puppy sitter then, huh?
Yeah,
So, basic recap is in order, am I right?
well, you want to try doing it in song.
Do it in song,
Oh,
in song form.
yeah.
Come listen to a story all about how my friend Ryo got turned upside down. If you'd like to take a minute, just see right there. I'll tell you how he came to own the armor of Inferno.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And by the way, hey, Metanui. Not sure if you're still here or not.
So, you need more audience. I'm gonna
Yeah.
find a way to get you that audience one of these days. I looked at my subscribe count recently. I have 101.
Awesome.
And I looked at yours, and yours is what 68, 60, 69
I thought
at
mine was
best,
87.
87. I'm sitting here and I'm like, how can we live in a world where a werewolf gets more press than the Green Paladin of the Green Lion? And
Well,
she's
to be
got
fair, not. Well, I didn't really. I just kind of sprung it on him.
how astute of you, Maddie. No, I'm saying like wait a minute. Greenie should have more subscribers than me. I'm usually the rowdy crass one.
Well,
Shouldn't that count as nobody should not be subscribed to me?
well, to be fair, I have kind of played. Haven't done too many videos lately. I need to catch up.
I don't mean anything. If
And and I still got my Samurai Warriors 5 review to finish up on.
how's that coming along?
Pretty good. I love the art style. I love the graphics. Story is pretty good. The voice acting ain't that bad. And the
There's your
controls
preview, ladies and gentlemen.
and the controls honestly, if you played four, if it's like an old glove, and if you didn't play four, um, you have your first battle as your tutorial, where they literally tell you what to do and how to do it.
Mm, might check it out. Might not if it's on Xbox One.
Okay, so all right, recap. All right, you want to do it from the beginning or just since Toppa was defeated?
Why are we going that far back? I mean, shouldn't we be getting up to speed of what happened last stream? Just a question.
Mm, all right, let's. All right, there's only we only did 4 episodes last time, so um, yeah. All right. In episode
So
19,
go ahead. You do the honors.
in episode 19, after a fierce battle, Ryo, with the help of his four buddies, finally defeated Tulpa. And after a period of it does seem as though the forces of the Netherworld are starting to seep back through as a new, as a, I forgot, was Cerimbo a general or,
I believe he is to be a general, but he might be a renegade.
okay, a let's call him a renegade general.
Because he seems to have no allegiance other than his own.
Well, in in short, he appeared while Ryo was still recovering, bring to try to steal the Inferno armor, and he came close to doing it. But with a little bit of help, he got his butt kicked again. But the wildfire sword was damaged, and we had a new um a mentor like villain with or opponent that come in who happened to
A
also own a
new
tiger.
opponent that became that was technically an ally in the form of Black Blaze, or yes, Black Blaze and his master Saber.
Saber strike. Yeah. And and like Serum, though he wanted the armor, Ryo wanted Saber strike swords because they're supposed to go with the armor of Inferno. And during search, White Blaze gets hurt, leading up to Ryo to face Saber strike on it strike and and defeat and defeats him. And in the process, White Blaze gets a bit of an upgrade.
Yep,
Of course, we don't really get to see that quite yet.
he is the Japanese battle cat.
Yeah. All right. And so we are at episode 24, Sun Devil, Ambassador of Evil.
Uh, before we continue, or before we go, let's also add that Ryo did acquire the new swords through trial by combat.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of a given, but okay.
I just wanted to point that out because people in the back won't hear.
Okay. Well, and of course, I start off with an iced tea ad.
I'm at 2 seconds, so I'll let you clear that.
Yeah. Honestly, he's not a bad actor. I'm not really a
No,
fan of music.
most people who do those commercials are not terrible at all. You can obviously tell who's good, who's bad, and who
Yeah.
who has
I
the
still don't
charisma.
understand why Brie Larson's doing car commercials though.
She since stopped. I haven't seen a new car commercial from her, but now Anthony Mackie, um, Elizabeth Olsen, and now Tom Hiddleston did car commercials as mascots.
Hmm. Okay, you said two
Wow.
seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm ready. You kind of
All
stay on
right.
this time.
3, 2, 1. Are we synced?
I believe so.
Awesome.
Oh yeah, and hopefully
Yeah,
by the end of
one
the
second behind.
stream you'll know who my character is,
Yep.
and you won't have
Finally.
nightmares about her.
Try me. I mostly
you
hate the broad.
I do kind of wish they had updated the intro after Tulpa's defeat.
This is the 90s opening. Remember that.
Yeah, I know.
Then again, I say that, but even 90s shows did have two openings as well. Shows like Sky Surfer Strike Force and Double Dragon had two openings.
Yeah.
Garfield and Friends had two openings. even what's another one? Of course, Dragonflies had two openings. Did
In
you
the
know that one?
future, all of us shall know. Men once walked on the earth below, so now they fly at mega heights. Carpus Atlantis, fight is might. I probably goofed up on that one.
No, you did a good job. So you had that one. I had this one. Flight is might. Watch the skies for dragonflies. Dragonflies. Maximize. Since when did this show become a post-apocalyptic, freaking cyberpunk futuristic show? Did you see that dude? He don't look
Yeah,
like he belong in this show. Look like he came from Dragon Ball Z. Cell in his larval form, and suddenly he melt. Well, he didn't melt. He freezes up a volcano.
yeah.
Interesting.
Hmm.
Oh wow, this don't tell me this is Mount Fuji. This has got to be Mount Fuji.
Hmm.
Oh, he's wearing a hoodie. How original.
Actually, actually, this guy kind of reminds me of Hagar from Voltron.
A male Hagar. Nice.
In the crater of one volcano, trouble is ready to erupt into our world again. In the crater of another, Ryo hopes to use the power of the volcano to repair his shattered sword of wildfire. Is Ryo okay down
Well, he does have the power of wildfire, and he does get
Uh,
his power from volcanoes. So,
there? You're the last chance.
you guys seen him withstand a volcano. You've seen him jump into a volcano. There should be no question as to if he can survive that.
yeah.
Or you could or you could kind of say that they're more concerned of how long he can stay there in his armor. I mean, there is a
Mhm.
chance that it could weaken to some extent. Physics have to work right.
You don't remember who Hagar was, Mananui? Really? She's only like the evil witch. She has that blue cat. She was the one that made the Robeast. I think in the Devil's Due comic, she was even the one that the Robeast called Mom.
Oh wow, that sounds creepy.
It, well, the DreamWorks version makes it even creepier. I think
Yeah,
she technically was Lothor's mom.
she was.
Oh,
She was the union between Galra and Altea, and in the in a sense, um, in a sense, Lotor was basically half Zarkon's race and half Alura's race because Hagar was Altean.
Hey, I'm glad you waited. Thanks.
Yes, I know that that doesn't sit well with you.
yeah.
Not too bad, huh? If you were
I like that change, kinda. Like I said, I'm not the biggest critic of Legendary Defender as most people are. Like I said, I'm very open to change as long as you are able to weave it into the story really well.
Yeah,
They did a
well,
good. They did, go ahead.
there actually was a theory because there was one episode where we see a character who looks a lot like Alora that many people think may have been Lothor's mom because this is a dream sequence where Zarkon is strangling her.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I think she actually has a widow's peak where Alora doesn't. So, but yeah, that's been a theory. It was never proven or really anything ever said about it in the original series beyond that. It was just kind of implied and
Researching.
And I'm not talking about Romel either. Although I
No.
will say that
The comic suggests oh no, never mind. Because I looked at the images and there's a picture of him holding the hand of some random woman with blonde hair in the comics.
Guys, you know me. I'm sure you'll survive till Mia gets back with some food.
well, you guys could order takeout, I guess. I mean, although I do think it would have been funny if they had pizza here and they're chowing down like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Mm-hmm.
That sure doesn't sound right to me. Something's got me up.
And I will admit, this particular scene does remind me a little bit of one of the Sailor Moon movies.
Right.
Yeah, I think it was Promise of a Rose. Where, well, actually it may have been Hearts and Ice, where, they're talking, well, either one of those, where they're talking about a comet, but on the news, just as, and unknowingly that has their villain for the movie,
Mm.
and they're making comments on it.
Raya, what was it? An illusion. Maybe. Huh?
Did you know that his Lotor's name is Sinclain, or Sinclain?
Yeah.
Yep. So you're right. There is a Altean mother.
You're the Dark Force I sensed earlier.
Only difference in Legendary Defender, they made Hagar's his mother,
What do you want?
and
Come on. Why have you come
her
here?
name in Legendary Defender was Honerva.
Not you.
Mhm.
You don't stand a chance. But
Wait,
guys,
you watched that show, didn't you?
Yeah.
Gotcha. That's for the people in the back then. But you weren't that really receptive to the changes, right?
Some of them I liked better than others.
Mm-hmm. Like Keith being half Gaura and half human.
Well, that was something that wasn't. Well, actually, that was more Voltron Force from the 2013 version.
Mm.
But I think that it was played up very well. I will admit that.
Did you like his mom?
His mom. Hmm.
Yeah, because he
Well,
does
I
meet
didn't.
his mom.
Well, I think that the reveal feel up to that was pretty good.
Just doesn't have that same emotional impact as Hiccup meeting his mom in How to Train Your Dragon 2.
Yeah.
It just gave me a smile, but like when Hiccup meets his mom in How to Train Your Dragon 2, that sends goosebumps and tears down my eyes.
Well, pretty much after DreamWorks She-Ra, I'm actually really not that excited on any new DreamWorks project, Natanui. I'll say Defender was pretty good, but there were
It went on too
some.
long than it needed to.
Yeah.
To the point where some seasons were filler seasons.
Yeah. And I've got an ad coming up.
Alright, I'm gonna pause then. Oh, I got an ad too.
Okay. Well, I am going to say that probably my favorite DreamWorks project has probably been Kung Fu Panda.
and maybe Dragon Prince for me. But Dragon Prince still needs some working so far. Like in the characters, there's some things that they did that I don't really
Like
like as far as
Atlas
world
Vengeance
building
as
concerned.
well.
Yep, after Legend of Defender, that came about. For instance, Dragon Prince is supposed to be set in like a sort of pseudo fantasy medieval world, right?
Yeah.
So tell me, how does a little girl get born to two mothers,
Um.
or at least why is she's allowed to have two mothers? We don't see the two mothers, but she does make mention of them. Now they
uh,
do establish that they do establish that there is same sex coupling with with these two wood elves,
huh.
which I'm very open to that possibility. But like when somebody brings up the two mothers, I'm like, okay, how did those two women get married to each other like that? That's where my suspensions of disbelief starts to shatter to some extent.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't blame you about Singular Point, Mad Nui. I had to rewind some of the episodes to see what the heck is going on at the time.
I am gonna still
Yes.
say that Heavenly Official's Blessing is still good.
What show?
Heavenly Official's Blessing is still good.
hmm Did you clear your ads yet?
Not yet.
I got mine cleared.
Okay, I'm at 11:20.
I'm 11:25.
Okay, give me 5 seconds.
Now, back to the Ronin Warriors.
All right,
Okay, 11:25.
gotcha. Three,
And 3, 2,
1.
go! Oh, and I goofed up and backed out. Uh, it's been a crazy day.
Wait, don't tell me you start the whole thing from the
Yeah.
beginning. Okay, I'll tell
Uh,
you where I'm at. 11:41.
okay.
That's my wife's phone.
Oh, she's a cool ringtone. Okay, I'm at 11:45 now.
All right, 45.
Yeah. 3, 2, 1.
Hey, we ain't into that whip play.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I did tell you about Toy Galaxy's episode of Ronin Warriors, didn't I?
Did you?
A little bit, but uh, first of all, there was no one creator of Ronin Warriors. It was actually a group,
Hmm. Oh
and they
yeah,
kind of
link
did
me
that.
that link me that video actually, so I can check it
Uh,
out.
okay, I'll do that after the stream.
Right.
I don't know why, but his face kind of reminds me of the what were they called in Land of the Lost?
The
The Slee Stack.
Scaleg. Yeah, Sleep Stack. Speaking of, did you ever watch the '90s version?
I actually watched the '90s version first.
Me
My brother,
too.
yeah, my brother actually hated the '90s version. He
Why? They used
Well,
puppeteering for those dinosaurs and stop motion for a low budget show. That was impressive.
actually,
All the dinosaurs was animatronic and puppeteering.
I, I think he
Okay,
was
what was his
hoping.
reason?
Well, he kind of wished that it was more related to the original version or the original show. And two, he
Hmm.
hated the car.
Oh wow,
Yeah, he
he
couldn't
didn't like the
understand why
minivan.
the car could work, and as well as the
Oh,
boombox. Like, why are we
oh.
still got what? All right, this runs on gas. This runs on batteries. How are these working? And I had to tell him they're using crystals, and then he's like, "Then why aren't we using crystals?"
Then why aren't we using crystals? You, I just hit a brain fart there. He asked you, then why are we not using crystals? Was he being
Right.
serious about that? Or was he joking? He better be
I
joking.
think I think he was serious. Now, admittedly, they only mentioned it one time in the series, if I can remember it correctly, because it's been years since I've seen it. But I think that was supposed to be a reference to the original series because the different
Hmm.
crystals in it did have weird powers as well.
Right.
Yeah, like there was one pylon that if you mess with the crystals in it a certain way, you have these. Well, you messed up the weather,
Hmm.
which is never good.
There are some
And
rules to it.
yeah, but as far as I can remember, that was the only reference they ever did to how the car was still able to work and how the radio was still able to work.
Let's go, Yugi. Let's use the heart of cards and the power of friendship. You know what's the best thing about Ryo? He's
What's
not
that?
trying to be the best at everything in the world of every freaking children's anime show.
Right.
I'm gonna be the Pokemon Master. No, I'm gonna be the King of Games. No, I'm gonna be the best Beyblader. No, I'm gonna be the best Dragon Master. And all that
Oh,
stuff.
and he also cares about the well-being of his friends.
They all do. That's not to say. That's not to say not every anime protagonist of the mon genre did not care about their friends. You know what I'm saying? Let's not
True.
undersell Ash and all the rest. They all did care about their friends. Tyson is a different case though. When we get to G Revolution, I
Yeah.
hated Tyson because of the way how he's behaving. I also didn't like the fact that they had to split up because they weren't too sure if their team would have won
Uh huh.
in that new tournament. Like freaking Ray goes back to the White Tigers.
Yeah.
Um, Kai becomes part of the Demolition Boys. The very enemies that they fought in the previous season, mind you. Um, sorry, I'm blanking. Sam, who is Sam went to work for his mom, but who he went with those sports guys, right?
Yeah. And there was a
Yeah,
new
he's with the
one with
sports
him
teams guy,
too.
and Tyson was left with Daisuke and some new people that I can't remember right now.
Yeah. I will admit I did kind of tap out of that series.
Yeah, G Revolution was like was the breakout point for me because I was so sore about the Blade Breakers breaking up.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Would you call that a deconstruction of it?
Mm-mm.
Almost.
That was just that was just uh that was just status quo changing, and they want to use characters from previous seasons to develop those characters, like a passage of time where those that were once their rivals became their allies on in different circumstances. Like by all accounts, Ray should not be going back to the White Tigers, right?
Right.
Because it's led by Lee, but Lee welcomes him back, and everybody is also okay with him coming back. By the definition, Kai should not be going back to the Demolition Boys because where they come from is a unfortunate implications be damned. Excuse me. They were trained to be foot soldiers or child soldiers of some state. His backstory is complicated in that regard,
Yeah.
but it kind of explains his design, his character design,
Yeah. I
and
will
again,
admit, looking back that um Kai specifically does really. If you did a bit of a palette swap, give him blonde hair, maybe
mhm,
change the color of his clothes, he does kind of look a little bit like Cloud, like a
mhm.
young version of Cloud.
But I would say the only person that should have stayed with Ty would have been Kai, or not Ty, Tyson.
Uh huh.
Like all the Bay Breakers that should have stayed with Tyson would have been Kai because technically Kai has no home to go back to
Yeah.
as far as Max and Ray. And again, for the life of me, Max goes back to his mom, and his mom was a total five-letter word that I'm trying to be very censor heavy on.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like I'm like Timon in the Lion King. It's like these guys were your rivals. These guys were your enemies in previous seasons, and you're going back to them, and suddenly we're okay with this. Am I missing something?
Yeah. It. I mean, I do kind of feel like they should have done a little bit more work, or maybe
Hmm.
made a better, a better opponent or reason
Hmm.
for them to go back to those people.
I would say the best way where to do it was to go with the G Revolution rivals like King and Queen and the Guardians that wanted to steal their bit beasts.
Yeah.
I think that would have been a better way to do it. Maybe I think Ray would have went with the Guardians and Kai would have went with King and Queen. Even though King and Queen have their big reveal. Tulpa's alive.
The mortal world.
Uh,
He vowed to return the Ronin armor to the dynasty.
He
this would
did
have
say
made
he
a
will
good video.
return.
Brace
Yeah.
themselves for the next battle and wonder where it will take place.
Of course, the big baddies, you always have to beat them at least twice,
Hmm.
because it's never that easy.
Back to the Ronin Warriors.
That was a good episode.
Yeah.
It played just like Sailor Moon again, where it establishes that the enemy is back, but they establish it through a random
Okay, and I got a
villain of
ad.
the day. And I paused at 3 seconds.
No thanks, Gillette.
Ha! After that stunt you pull with that one commercial, that infamous commercial.
Yeah.
See, They're talking about women's spaces are being invaded. You're invading men's spaces now. What's up with that?
Yeah. Well, and to be fair, that was a female commercial. Well, for the female line of Gillette Venus.
That's all they had to do was make a female commercial. They want
And
to
they've
market
actually been
towards
doing that
women.
for years. I mean, the original Venus commercials, they were singing that old 80s song, I'm your Venus, I'm your fire, your desire.
Yep, pretty much.
Yeah,
I was like that commercial.
yeah, me too.
Or what about
Okay,
that one commercial that advertised shampoo strong and beautiful, just like you?
yeah, I'm, and those, like I said, commercials like that, they're not demeaning to men. I mean, they're just showing when, and they are empowering women, or at least trying to hint.
They ain't pattern, they're catering to women.
Yeah, I mean, because believe it or not, women actually like being told that they're beautiful.
Yep, believe it or not,
And,
women like compliments.
and we actually like beautiful video game characters, not
I feel
androgynous
s-
men.
I feel so bad for the bisexual women that don't get to look at beautiful women now,
Yeah.
or at least the lesbian women that
Oh
like
yeah.
to look at.
Oh yeah. And I found out that the couple, the wedding planner, well, in Hitman 3, the new elusive target, uh, is a wedding planner, and the wedding he is planning was for a lesbian couple. Um, this wedding
Mm,
planner, uh, more or less what happens is he kills off one member of the couple and then
wow,
seduces the other one.
way to make it
And
morbid, Greenie.
it gets even creepier. He actually keeps a scrapbook of his conquests in his van.
Hmm.
Yeah, in fact, 47 can even give one member of the couple that scrapbook.
Well, Maddie, if that girl finds it annoying, that's only because you're probably doing it too much, one too many times, or maybe, just maybe, she's that one girl who has her own personal hangups and thinks it's all men's fault, and you're just that number on that one list of men that annoyed her. It's
Yeah,
not your fault, dude. Always remember that it's not your fault if you issue out a compliment to somebody. Though it does depends on the context of the compliment too, so be wary.
but anyway, that one. All right. First of all, they don't make any comments about guys, so I actually have no problem with the wedding. The couple, well, the couple, the member, well, the one that does get the scrapbook, she immediately makes an excuse for them to leave the country, as in, oh, I got the dates wrong on a return date. Oh, we gotta go now, and like we're getting out of here, we're getting out of here, and I'm pretty sure she tells her wife, wife, wife in the car. Yeah, he was getting ready to kill one of us. I'm not sure which one.
Interesting. They say they're
Well,
themselves. This was
yeah,
where?
this was in Hitman 3. It's the
Oh,
elusive target.
interesting.
Yeah. Now I
Were
will
they
admit
your
that is
hits?
a huh?
Were they your hits?
Oh, oh no, they weren't our hits. The wedding planner is. Apparently,
Ah,
a few of his former, well, his former clients who were his lovers, I can assume got together and paid 47 to off him.
Oh,
See, this is how you. But to be honest, that is actually how you do diversity right. You don't make a big deal about it. You put it in there, and you make them respectable characters. That actors, you know.
truth be told, I don't even think we needed to explain that at all. It's really self-explanatory at this point. Completely self-explanatory. We've already done it in the past since the 80s, 90s,
And
and so
honestly,
forth,
both of
so
those
on and so
characters
forth.
were gorgeous too.
hmm They're
I
not
mean, they're
butch
still
lesbians.
NPCs, but they're still beautiful.
How funny how a game actually goes out of its way to make the NPCs look more attractive than today's video game story protagonists. He's talking about
Okay,
complimenting.
okay.
All right.
Ready for episode 25?
Yep.
All right. Three, two, one, go.
Just gotta love the narrator.
Yeah,
Five fantastic armored samurai.
It's the otherworldly forces of the evil dynasty.
Don't you miss adjective, adjective this openings like that?
yeah.
Even super-powered fighters guilds and
Oh, yeah. And something else that Toy Galaxy pointed out was that this was based off the success of Saint Seiya.
Yep. I believe it. We like to bring up Sailor Moon, but like it's really Saint Seiya it's based off of. Yes, I would
Yeah,
say that would be a better comparison.
yeah. I mean, it's got. I mean, you can. I mean, I can guess where some of the inspiration came from beyond Seiya and maybe Sailor Moon.
the Ronin Warriors.
Moon. I mean, like obviously Battle Cat for Black Blaze,
Emperor of the evil
hmm
dynasty.
or even Power Rangers.
Not only is Palpa still alive,
Right.
he's ways to capture the
Well,
fighters.
actually,
We
well,
claim their honor
the
and we
Japanese
Well,
version of Power
Tokusatsu
Rangers.
Sentai. Well,
Yeah,
Tokusatsu Sentai.
deny your war men. Come forward. Yes,
And
oh,
Sekhmet's back.
with a green torch.
Ominous.
If
you want to see me, my lord.
let's think, or is it more indigo?
Looked like it was teal.
It's time you gave me up the promise. The human world belongs to them. You will pay a high price for the 1,000 years I have spent in exile. I would relish one more chance to prove my loyalty to you. Your request is granted.
I don't think you need to prove anything. You've been loyal to this man.
Yeah,
I will.
You came back to him. That's a start,
yeah.
Is to duplicate
I mean, you didn't exactly do anything behind his back,
the Torah.
right?
and we got Big Al in the house.
Hey, Big Al. He was over at my stream yesterday. Oh, hey, he's not having a sixth source yet.
Yeah,
What if you with the negative forces of netherworld? It is science
and
Hey, it's size armor.
he only does one.
or any
I mean, you would think that as many times as he babbled Ryo, he would have done Ryo, or even Sage.
Yeah,
power
It shouldn't matter. He
Yeah.
knows all of them at this point.
Our fastest two will never be the hour of the battle. The Ronin Warriors defeated us with their stubborn will.
I take that back. I don't think he's battled Kento or Rowan one on one or that much.
Right. I mean, he did. He did face. He was in the ocean where Ryo was looking for Sai.
Yeah. I've got to try to build Mia's house in The Sims one time.
You still haven't?
Not yet. I mean, I got started building a haunted house.
Halloween is coming up in 2 months.
I still want to know who Ryo shares a room with.
Really?
Yeah,
It's like wondering who Hero rooms with in Gundam Wing.
hmm. I know, but you see the other bed there. So either Yuli when he sleeps over sleeps in Ryo's room, or Mia bunks with him, and I can actually. But she actually should have her own room, and we never get to see it.
That's right. She is a lady.
Yeah, that would make it hard doing a Sims build, because I'd have to try to figure out what she's into.
I need your help. Please show me how
That is a challenge.
That, and I would have to try to add some decorations to their rooms because they're kind of plain.
She look like a music person. Flip. No.
And that would also mean I'd probably have to make them as Sims.
Do you want to?
I probably could. Only thing is I couldn't do a white blaze.
Well, you don't need a white blaze, technically.
Yes, I do. They need to add.
Well, all you gotta do is add a dog and call him White Blaze. It ain't the same, Wolfie.
It ain't. I'm sorry.
I'm only voicing what you're thinking, but you couldn't get the words out.
Yeah. I mean, closest I could do is give him a cat with stripes.
That'll work. It's still not the same, Wolfie.
Yeah.
Man, if StreamYard allows guest controls, I would definitely would have had to throw up an overlay of an anime girl screaming at a guy when I voiced that. That's why I say you should really sometimes come to the streams now, because now I'm like testing out the overlays.
Oh. You gotta love all these dreams.
I'm like, soon as I discovered that, I'm like, this has potential.
Yes, we're still talking about this show.
Sometimes we go on tangents.
Yes. Oh, and Kento is in the desert.
They're training. This is Ninja Turtles training right here. Remember Ninja Turtles?
Yeah.
There were times that they had to, or at least if you were watching the 2003 or 2001 show, there was a moment where one of the brothers would go out on their own personal training.
Yeah.
Yeah, their training consisted of using is practicing the same move over and over again, which I'm sure is supposed to get stronger.
You must train your mind, or body, skin, and spirit should never
I
know.
am here, my son. Raphael, we must talk. Oh, you didn't catch that Splinter impression?
Oh, it was pretty good.
About keeping the spirit.
But now I really have got to try to do that build now.
Should do a Ninja Turtles one.
A Ninja Turtles one. Okay, that
Mm-hmm.
I cannot do a Sims of. I know that.
All you gotta do is
And
give it like a brick look to it.
well, I mean, well, and also right now the Sims community is a bit weird. I mean, you do have a minority that if you even mention the possibility of them adding fairies or werewolves right now, they will jump on you. And they will make sure you know how awful you are and how childish.
Wait a minute. Who would do this?
Well, actually, a few weeks ago, sit on one of Simber Aaron's videos. I commented that she's talking about how great The Sims has changed in last year, compared to what it was doing, where it was being downvoted to oblivion. And I happened to comment, yeah, they're doing a lot better, and I'm and I am and I'm still hoping for werewolves and fairies soon. And then I
Mm-hmm.
had someone that kept saying, "What are you 10? They're not going to add those into the game. They don't need to add those in the game. The game is for adults, not kids."
Okay.
Yeah, and then
And Warcraft have sheep and
yes.
toys.
And then the same person also went on to say, "If you want werewolves, go watch Twilight."
Okay, Karen.
Yeah. And I will say that that was the only person that done that to me, and I had like 5 other people defending me and saying,
At
"Look, yeah, same here, and one was like, look, everyone has different likes and dislikes. We had fairies and werewolves in previous versions. Um, everyone plays the game different.
mm-hmm.
You don't have to get this aggressive with somebody for having a different opinion than you."
Right.
I also had to throw in the comment, "Twilight sucks."
Nice. I got 4 of the Ice and Fire books, and 2 of the mill books are way thicker than the the first and fourth book. Interesting. While the prequel book is way thicker than all the books combined.
Wow.
And that's only because that's basically all the history that they touch upon within the books roll into one.
Okay.
You're not familiar with the Ice and Fire books, right?
Not really. But lately I've been
What?
trying to work on my own stories right now.
Yeah, and I've been working on art for mine.
Yeah, I think I might have thrown the vampire hunter at you, or kind of hinted at something.
Yeah. One thing I gotta say about vampire hunting, or at least vampire hunting stories, establish your rules with the vampires first and foremost. I'm almost done with my ads.
Oh, I I'm at 11:28.
Wow, that's far. I'm at 11:22.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna And get a quick drink.
And I cleared it. I'm at 1128, just like you.
Okay. Mhm. Okay, on three.
Okay.
One, two, three.
So, as far as the rules to vampires, there's no complete set rules except for the basics: sunlight, stakes, crosses, and garlic, right?
Right.
And at times holy water. So I
Yep.
will advise anybody who wants to do vampire stories from now on, don't spend your time trying to deconstruct the weaknesses, because then you'll be setting yourself up for rules that you're probably going to end up breaking, that you wouldn't, that you're not supposed to break.
Yeah.
And and if you're going to do that again, have some set rules to how the vampires die.
Right. Now, in this one I am working on um, we're actually dealing with a resurrected vampire.
Hmm. So
Um,
here's one thing I could offer you right here,
yeah.
right now. If you're going to do that, do something creative with that.
Uh,
Like, the conventional weaknesses don't work on them except for sunlight.
okay.
You can't
Well,
you can't
also,
stab as hard
this
because,
particular vampire has a history with the hunter who is after him.
or better yet, the vampire ceases to be a vampire when it gets resurrected. Instead, it becomes a revenant. So you have to have another new set of, you can introduce a new set of rules to that. That way, and instead of the revenant drinking blood for sustenance, it feasts off your soul, or it consumes your flesh instead, like a ghoul would.
Oh,
The only difference between a revenant and a ghoul, hey Shamu,
yeah.
would be that the ghoul is mindless, whereas the revenant has sentience and sapience, and or sapience.
Hmm.
Like, say for instance, if a revenant has not have sapience rather than sentience, it's an animal that hunts rather than just mindlessly grab the nearest food in its vicinity like a zombie or a ghoul would. Instead, it hunts for prey. It's like a lion in that regard.
Uh-huh.
If it has sentience, that means it can be reasoned with, or rather, it has reasoning skills. It can communicate. Say, for instance, it could, if it's hunting like an animal, it will be using its voice to frighten its prey before they hunt them, like Pennywise.
Oh, okay.
Like, it likes to savor the fear first before he eats you. Like, if you want to create a very scary villain, if you will.
Yeah. Well, he is definitely playing around with the vampire hunter.
Hmm.
This may be a bit of a spoiler, but um, about 50 years before the story started, well, the main story started, this vampire was the one that her father was hunting, and it was also the vampire that he died killing.
Hmm. Oh wow, I remember that scene where he first uses the blade to clamp down on the throat.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool when I was a kid. I was like, oh, that's nice. Please do not argue with the clone side. You'll lose your brain. For instance, he ain't got no face. That sells it right there.
Yeah, this also reminds me a tiny bit about Ronin War. Well, not Ronin. Well, obviously this is Ronin Warriors, but Saint Seiya and the Black Knights,
Mm-hmm.
and there was one scene in the one of the later seasons of Sailor Moon, the Dream Mirrors, where near the end they're being confronted by their deepest fear, not deepest fears, but their deepest desires.
Mm-hmm.
My armor is in its best in the water. I know, and my armor is too.
It's not a good argument there, Sai. More more wildlife killing. The show has no shortage of it.
With a dose of my venom.
Hmm.
Oh, one thing I would say about vampires, uh, try to avoid too many vampires with souls or vampires with a conscience. It's fine if you have one, but one too many, that's too much.
Don't worry, there's only gonna be a handful.
Mm. And you would need to really have a thorough explanation as to how vampires breed if you want to have a half vampire, half human, which is if you're really going to go into vampire lore, that's next to near impossible.
I'm not actually gonna touch that. That if I can avoid it.
Hmm. You know what? One
Although,
thing we
although I might have the vampire flirt with my vampire hunter,
right though.
and but trying to do it a little bit and kind of intimidating, such
Hmm.
as you have your father's eyes.
Right. Here's one story I never anybody ever touched upon, which is a union between vampire and human, but they never are able to have children because the vampire cannot produce children or the vampire cannot give children. They're effectively sterile, and there's never no story where they lament on that so badly.
Yeah. Now you are making me think of Twilight. I'm sorry, my sister made me
No,
watch
no, no,
that
no,
entire
no,
series.
none like that. I'm saying there's never been a story where there is actually a successful relationship between vampire and human, right?
Yeah.
But they never talk. But they always. It's like Highlander, right? Where he cannot give children. There's never no moment of them lamenting ever being able to have children. They're well aware that the vampire cannot produce children, but like there's a line where if only we could have children, you know.
Uh huh.
That's what I mean.
Now I think in one of the Highlander movies it does. Well, Duncan does get a woman pregnant at the end.
Yeah, I think it's the worst one. I think it's called the source.
Yeah. And Manu's asking is saying he still doesn't get why an immortal would even need to reproduce. Um.
It's the
Well,
basic
being
human need to reproduce.
yeah, and there's also the issue where being immortal does not mean being unkillable.
Exactly. No, but he's asking why would they need to like it's that basic human need to have children. It's inherently built into us to want to have children. Now, there's not to say that you must have children, but you do have that need. even if you don't think you have that need. You have that need to want to bear children. It's in both men and women. So that's the explanation, though.
Yeah. And he's able to kick Setnick's butt with that. Well, defeat an enemy without another
Oh
one this
no,
time.
the poison!
Oh,
Yeah, he looked like he went through a certain awakening.
yeah.
Warlord of Venom, I should have known it was you
Anime
all
sure
along.
do, and anime sure do animate those old faces, don't they?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Matanui.
And that's the end of that episode.
Yeah. It, well, I think also part of the vampire, well, or particularly what's kind of become common is sexy vampires. Yep. It's
The
like they're,
common thing is their feeding gives them that sex drive, that sexual pleasure. In the case of Anne Rice, the Ricean vampires, as most the fandom calls them. How far are we going again?
I was aiming for 29. I can stop at 28.
And I know you're in the ad, so I paused at 4 seconds.
Yeah, but
But go ahead.
it's the allure. I mean, they're kind of like their own bait or their own trap for their victims. I mean, think about it. When are you most vulnerable?
Could think of a number of ways, but I know specifically what you're talking about. In the thralls of pleasure. It's like the spider and the male spider and the female spider, or at least the female spider. Period. Catch them in the trap, you're dead.
Yeah.
I too once had a family, Danny. Many years ago, I lived in Japan, a pet of my master Yoshi, mimicking his movements from my cage and learned the mysterious art of ninjutsu. For Yoshi was one of Japan's finest shadow warriors. His only rival was a man named Oroko Saki, and they competed in all things, but in nothing more fiercely than for the love of woman. Tang Shin. Shin's love was only for my master, and rather than see him fight Saki for her hand, she persuaded Yoshi to flee with me to America. But Saki vowed vengeance. I remember it well, as my master returned home to find his beloved Shin lying on the floor, and then he saw her killer. Saki wasted no words, and during the struggle my cage was broken. I leapt to Saki's face, biting and clawing, but he threw me to the floor and took one swipe of his katana, slicing my ear. Then he was gone, and I was alone. What became of
Well,
this Oroku Saki? No one really knows, but you wear his symbol on your doji. How was that for Master Splinter?
oh, that was good. But it's not just well, obviously the whole act because normally when you get together with with a person like that, you are completely surrendering yourself to them. And
Mm-hmm.
I say normally it's normally in a private place away from the public eye, so there's an isolation there. So if you think about it, it is probably it. Well, would you call it but call it an adaptation or just a just or what am I thinking of? Or something that just a skill or trait that evolved over time.
You can say that.
Yeah. I mean, they kind of learned, hey, people, well, it's easier to get victims when they're alone.
Hmm.
And, you know, at one time, the woods were pretty isolated.
Yeah, if you're going for that kind of setting for like it also depends on the setting too and the environment. Best best for me to advise is think of your vampires as predators in the wild and think of what kind of jungle or forest that they're hunting in, the hunting ground. Also think of it as a wildlife preserve and how they operate within that preserve, right? But you have to insert your way of conveying that in writing,
Yeah.
especially in case of dialogue.
Well, Mananui, in this case, it wouldn't just be reproducing. It would be, well, the point, it it would almost be creating minions.
I'm speaking of immortals in general. Any immortal being would want that love to reproduce, to sire something of a legacy into this world. Not just vampires, like any form of immortal.
Yeah.
Like the one thing that they want to have above all else, especially when if you have those immortals that view the immortality as a cursed existence, the best thing they want to do is reproduce, which is leave behind a legacy or leave behind something of them while they travel the world, continuing to live a long, infinite existence.
I'm through the ads. You ready?
All right, give me a sec, cause one of the UN Spacey wants to watch this thing. Give me a sec so I can find. Ooh,
Okay.
there's a lot of
Let me
reverb.
check on my dogs real quick.
There's a lot of feedback on your end. Yeah,
Okay, hold on. Actually, I don't know if that's feedback or my fan. I'm gonna have
that
my
could be
fan
your
to look.
fan.
Oh, and Miss Ginger finished her chicken nuggets.
Oh wow,
Yeah, her tummy's was doing pretty good this week, so I figured she could use a little bit of a treat.
that's good. Is she still watching the TV?
Yep.
You spoil that dog.
Uh, mm, well, she's my baby. Uh,
I got nothing to say about that. I'm just
Okay.
I'm just reveling in how you reacted. All right, you ready? I'm at 4 seconds.
Okay. I'm at 3.
That's good enough, I guess.
Okay.
Ready?
1, 2, 3.
Oh wow!
What's up?
I, s- I see a picture. I just spotted a picture of Lotor smacking a woman upside her head, closed fist,
Oh.
and this is from the original. You want me to show you?
Maybe later.
I was
Well,
like,
I want to try to get through 2 more episodes tonight.
yeah,
At least.
it's an image, but like I spotted like, oh wow, he did that in the show. No wonder I hated him in that series.
The Ronin Warriors will return. Now, back to the Ronin Warriors.
Now, back to the Ronin Warriors.
Leo's new armor of Inferno trains their individual strength. The Ronin Warriors.
And Sai's next. I'm not. That's how it Sage, and he's not wearing a belt.
That means those pants are tight enough to hang over his waist. Ah,
Skill, spirit, honesty's three gifts. Through them, you will attain an even greater strength. I will try, Ancient. If this can help us control the negative effects of the white armor, I will.
It's okay, Matanui. We still love you.
The white armor of Inferno. But by using it to combat the mightiest of the dynasty's forces, they find the strain of joining their powers makes them weaker after every battle. The
I always love these forest escapes, or
Yeah.
these pan shots of the forests.
personal journey to the place.
Now, I think
It's
the reason the
bad
belt thing
perspective there.
caught me off guard was because I don't know. I'm used to khakis. Well, I don't know too many guys who wear khakis without a belt.
hmm What's this movie called Reminiscence about? I wonder. It's got Hugh Jackman in it.
Oh yeah. And also, I just found out Tubi has the misty green sky. Avoid at all
Oh wow!
costs. Um,
Hey, you didn't blow the water, man.
Thanks for all this talk about evil. I'm afraid of my own shadow.
That could have been contagious. Could have been krill in there or parasites. You know.
well, yeah. And there are actually some brain-eating amoebas too.
hmm
That's why you always boil your water when you're camping.
hmm That's
But I
why
think,
we got those camping shows in Animal Planet these days. Y'all
yeah.
should pay attention.
Now, I will give him the benefit of doubt and said that was a water spring and it's supposed to be clear, pure water.
Please, these wolves would die. Those deer would have just been hooving them really bad.
Oh, and of course, they have one little fawn with them.
hmm Test of heroism.
Yeah.
Some good looking wolves though.
Yeah, I think we also saw some similar wolves back when he was trying to free Kento.
Hmm.
Only last time he was defending Mia, not a deer.
It's almost like he's going through the same character arc over.
Oh,
I just heard a dog bark.
that was Ginger.
Don't be afraid. I'm gonna help you and make you feel better.
I take it she heard the dogs.
Yes. And of course, the little baby deer runs off.
Hmm.
And not towards his family.
Right?
Concerned dog.
She does not like Tulpa.
I see. Woof! Woof!
Time to show them the and victory of the titles. I have observed Ronin Warriors and stylish weakness. I say that I molested the one they call Sage. I do that because they didn't.
So, so now they're having to make requests one-on-one now.
Hmm.
I have to wonder if it was because of Anubis that he's making them kind of like he's trying to isolate his individual dark warlords so that maybe they don't rebel together.
One by one, they will join
Even if he's not, even though he has a physical body now, he's still threatening, imposing,
Yeah.
if you will.
You must not rely on your strength alone.
Doggy.
She also does not like Kale, apparently.
She knows who's the good guys and who's the bad guys.
Yeah.
You must understand, Ronin.
I want to apologize right now.
You are I seriously doubt that.
Oddly enough, she can watch Friday 13th without barking.
We'll see. You.
Now, unless it's the unless it's the remake or Freddy versus Jason.
Oh wow.
She really hates Freddy.
No matter what it takes, I won't let you win.
And the remake, let's just say she barks at all the teenagers. I can't tell if she's trying to say, "Are you guys this stupid? Get away from that lake," or maybe, "Come on, Jason, here they are." I really can't tell which which way it is on that one.
Are you afraid of the throat?
I'm sorry, that movie, the remake of Friday 13th is just not that great.
Of course he's not. It's done by Michael Bay. They gave him a long lost sister, just like they did with Leatherface. I'm not his dog.
Now to now be fair, Jason actually does have a half sister in Jason Goes to Hell.
I actually like Jason Goes to Hell.
And also, fun fact, Kane Hodder, he actually had 3 different roles in that movie. And if you can guess what all 3 of them were, I will let you pick the theme for Ryo's room when I
Hmm.
do Mia's house build.
Cool. If I can
Oh,
show
and
up.
no fair googling it, okay?
Oh wow. Bear man up, Sage.
Yeah. Oh, okay. And I'm getting ready for an ad.
Let me get ready to pause then. I'm at 11:18.
Have you figured it out yet?
Nope. Don't
Can
really
you get
get that much. You can't really get that. Don't really go into that much of the hero's personal lives in anime, or at least their personal rooms.
No, I mean, can you guess the 3 roles that Kane Hodder had in Jason Goes to Hell?
Oh no.
Okay, first of all, he played Jason. What little Jason we get on the screen. But you
Right.
kind of figured that, right?
Yep.
Next he played a prison guard.
I figured.
And his final role in the film, he actually played, well, his arm played Freddy's claw pulling Jason's mask down.
Oh,
Kind
nice.
of setting everything up for Jason versus Freddy. Or what, I mean, Freddy versus Jason. Even though he didn't get to play a role in that film.
Right. Did you know Jason was on Arsenio Hall?
Yeah,
Oh, I thought that would have been a surprise. Good.
yeah, yeah. I think that was done when they were promoting Jason Takes Manhattan,
Yeah,
Part 8.
had to be. Had to be.
That one was a bit of an odd movie because it actually felt like there were 2 movies in one.
That was a time where they tried to take horror to the big city. If you, if when you think about it, Leprechaun 3 was pretty much out after that, and he was in the city of sin in that one.
Yeah, and then they started to take it to back. Well, I want to say back to space. Oh, and finally, I'm out of the ads. I'm at 11:20. But
Oh,
I
two
mean, because
seconds
you got
away.
to think. Because I think the Leprechaun went to space and Jason went to space.
Only
Yikes!
person that didn't
And
go to space was the only people that didn't go to space was Michael Myers, Freddy, and
and actually,
Leatherface
and actually, I think Freddy would have been the creepiest one to go to space.
for
I
rails.
mean, I mean, you got to think. I mean, think um, or if you have characters going to hypersleep or some kind of hibernation, that would probably be the scariest thing ever.
That would have been that movie would have been over.
Yeah, I mean, you would have had to
Actually,
have heroes
you have to
that
You have to break the rules a bit to have the heroes fight within the dreams and actually beat Freddy within the dreams.
Yeah,
Maybe the humans will be hyper advanced to the point where they have lucid dreams.
yeah.
In the case of Leatherface would have been dead by now if we had to go space because he's a human. Same thing with Michael Myers.
Yeah.
Unless it would be somebody in space that actually emulated Michael Myers because they're a creepo.
Or worse, cloning.
That too.
Oh. Oh. Ugh. I just say I just
Pinhead
thought
was
of
an interesting one.
I just thought of something even creepier.
Mm,
Okay, you have intergalactic cloners,
mm.
and they love to clone serial killers.
Oh wow.
And they
For
take
reality
all
TV.
yeah, and then they take the ones from Earth, and then they clone them, and then they put them in this intergalactic museum or some kind of sideshow. And then one night something goes wrong, and the security goes down, and ooh, imagine the tagline for that movie.
Mm. Have you cleared your ads yet?
Oh yeah, sorry.
It's okay.
I always end up thinking
That
weird
was an
stuff when
interesting way of thinking.
stuff.
First, I would have just went with the reality TV angle, or at least like a space museum.
Yeah, and all
All right,
right,
you
you
ready?
ready? Wait, 3, 2, 1.
Now, back to the Ronin
Oh no, I got an ad.
Oh,
What? I think this was a point where we're supposed to have the ads at the same time.
okay. Well, I'll be waiting for you at 11:30. But yeah, going back to what I was saying, I don't know. I was kind of imagining it kind of like that. Well, uh that Disney Channel movie, Can of Worms, or possibly hmm, even remember that um like that zoo or well where that Superman has at his Fortress of Solitude, where he
Hmm.
can't take these creatures back to their own homes because their homes have been destroyed.
Hmm.
And like there's a Crystal Lake world, there's a Nightmare on Elm Street world, Texas Chainsaw
Right.
world, and so on and so forth. And then of course you have these have employees there that love goofing off. They actually make fun of the killers.
Oh yeah.
Like, and occasionally, well, actually actually they might even run through their areas acting stupid. And there's a clause in their contract that says your employer is not responsible if you get injured or dismembered as a result of their of your job or any reckless action. Yeah.
That'd be
Now, just
interesting.
yeah, yeah, hmm. and then just imagine Jason versus Leatherface.
That's too stupid. Okay. The ad freezes. Wait, hang on. Great. Now I gotta restart it. Okay.
Oh, it's okay. Okay, maybe Michael Myers versus Jason, and then we have
I only
Freddy.
said that because only reason why I said that because it's just strength match against strength.
Mm, okay, or then you have some weird moments like you have Jason, Michael, and Leatherface showing up at the same time, and then they just look at each other like, "What's going
We're
on?"
in we're in 26, right?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure. I got what what time are you on?
I'm at 11:30, and then imagine, and then imagine the person who's over this entire facility.
All right, I'm at 11:30. Yeah,
Okay.
he has to be an alien.
Yeah, and very sadistic.
Mm. I think the biggest failing in most of these slashers going to space is that they never had any alien characters in these stories that could have worked. Aside from that one alien princess in Leprechaun 4,
Yeah,
which she was just a waste, a complete waste. She barely did
yeah.
anything in that movie. I don't even think they ever cared about her that much, aside for her what her blood can do.
Uh-huh.
She was just a plot device, basically. Now that I think about it, she was a plot device, and like disappear. She's there, but she disappears in the background. Like you only following like a number of people, and she just straight up disappears. She doesn't really stand out that much. Hardly anybody interacts with her. Even the leprechaun completely forgets about her the moment he gets on the ship. Are
Mm,
you ready?
yeah. One question is, how would that movie end?
Leprechaun in space or Leprechaun 4?
No, before what I was talking about. Your
Oh yeah,
slasher.
zoo, space
Yeah.
zoo. Obviously, it'll happen. It'll end with the killer being destroyed in some way, or they're living to kill another day. You decide on that one.
Well, personally, I think what would happen would be somehow or a few survivors get off the main ship that they, well, right after the overseer is killed, because I don't think anyone's going to miss him or her, and
Mm.
by that point they're probably the most hated character, and people actually cheer for their death. And a few of our virtuous heroes leave, with maybe a few of the guests, and the ship or station, whatever it may be, is um cast out into space, or aimed at at a sun or a star, or and then and then the end credit scene is they crash land on a planet, and it looks like it's destroyed, but then out of the wreckage you have one hand, and you can't tell which killer it is, just punching out, and then that's how you end the movie.
You can give it like a you can do it like the way how they did with Super 8, where You don't see the fist, the just the door latch just pop open. Or you can make a reference to whatever character gets out. Like, say for instance, um, if it's Jason, you could put like maybe Crystal Lake, what the year that Friday the 13th came out as a
Uh-huh.
destination number. Or Freddy, you can give him Dream Warrior or Dream Warriors
Hmm.
as a reference to Dream Warriors or the Dream Child for Nightmare 3 or a reference to New Nightmare. And you put the name, the year it came out, which was I believe 1990 or 1999 or 1998. All I know
Uh,
is it came out in the 90s.
yeah, probably not the remake though.
Never the remake. I'm saying New Nightmare was like one of the best nightmares out of all the bunch. I mean, everybody loved Dream Wars. I never heard any positive receptions to Dream Child though,
Mm,
or Phrase Dead. I know Phrase Dead get the most hate, but I still love
yeah,
Phrase Dead.
and I will say Robert Englund is
Super 8 was kind of
still probably one of the creepiest storytellers ever. He actually had a series where he was talking about true horror stories.
yeah. Super 8 is kind of dull. Sad to say, Mad Nui. No,
No, you're allowed to like
no.
it.
It's like the woke nuts are allowed to like their woke media. No, it wasn't, but like I said, to me it was kind of dull. I watched
Yeah,
it
well,
twice.
if I can like Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within, even though it has very almost nothing to do with the actual game series, if
Personally,
anything,
that's the only hate. That's the only reason why it's hated so much because it's not Final Fantasy. But there was somebody on YouTube that actually said it was not that great of a sci-fi. Well, two people actually that was not that great of a sci-fi movie either, and I'm inclined to partially agree with them. It's just that it needed to be the story needed to be ironed out a bit more.
yeah, I will agree to that. I mean, they definitely had something there. Uh, yeah, we'll do a rewatch of that at some point. I promise. Don't.
Yeah, I just don't think that the Phantoms would have drained the world like that to the point where it's a desolate world. I'm pretty sure there was some plant life that would have grown more so than that one plant that had one of the spirits. Agreed, man. Agreed. That was dumb. Especially when the trailer came out, I was like, no, no, you do not sympathize with the villain.
Yeah, and there was actually a cut scene from the original movie, which would have made him even made it a little bit darker. Um. All right.
I'm sure.
There was actually was a scene where Nancy's mom was talking to her about why she did what she did to Freddie. Well, what her and the other parents did, what they did to Freddie. In which, at that point, we assume that Nancy is an only child, right?
Hmm.
Well, her mom explained. She does not actually say if she had everything fully, but she tells Nancy,
But on your words
"You
there,
didn't."
Greeny, is there something that you're trying to keep under wraps?
Well, well, her well, she says, Nancy, you didn't used to be an only child.
Hmm.
So that implied that she had an older sibling who was killed by Freddy,
Right.
and would have made her fight more personal.
Not that we needed that anyways. That would have been nuts. It would have been useful, just unnecessary.
Yeah.
Most like most
So
movies that do have these certain scenes, useful, just not necessary. Like Riddick, Chronicles of Riddick has this one scene of how Toombs meets his demise. Useful, not necessary. The final shot with him locked up with the dogs, that was enough. There are so many ways we can think of how he would die on crematoria.
Uh, yeah. All right. So you
It's
ready to?
a deleted scene on the director's cut of Chronicles of Riddick. But I was like, I was like, you know, I'm glad that that's a deleted scene. That wasn't necessary. hmm Makes you want to
Yeah.
root for them now, like most villains these days.
Yeah. I will admit
I
there
watch,
are some
but
older slasher movies that the teenagers are are so unlikable. You actually are begging for the slasher. Come on, take this person now, please take this person.
I will close with this. The only time I'll ever root for a villain is if he's about to kill another villain that's way worse than he is. One example was Isaac from the Castlevania anime,
Uh huh.
whereas he kills two villains that are way worse. He like made no mistake, he's not a good person. And his mission is not out to make the world a better place. Before, right, even though after all the things that says done, like I'm still seeing him like you're still a villain though. But I'm on your side at this point because the person that you're going against is way worse than you are. Like in one season, he slaughters like a whole host of people in one city and makes them his night creature army, and then takes out this he takes out this necromancer that enslaves this whole city of people and make them build his kingdom like without stopping, without sleep, without anything, and they're just bodies that are just slowly just decaying. Thank you, man. No, yeah, the lesser of two evils. But yeah, they're basically just falling apart from all the overworking that they enduring, and they don't even get to say, they don't scream. They're just completely under his control. But at this point, when Isaac is going to take him out, you know you're already on his side. You're rooting for him because even before he slaughters the people at the seaport, he actually gives them the option to let him pass because if they don't, he will kill them. But they refuse to heed his warning. And I'm just saying, I'm sitting here thinking like, dude, you do realize there are monsters standing behind him. Do you really think you can take them all out? You're not even equipped to take these creatures out. You're not well equipped to take these creatures out, and you're still going to try to. You're still threatening him, tell him to take his army of monsters somewhere else. Really, let him pass. But unfortunately, they don't. And he gives that awesome one-liner. He's. I'm going to look back at this day and think of you guys, and you're going to ask me, why did I not let Isaac and his night horde move? Why did we? Why did he have to do the things that he did? And I will simply answer, because you're also fucking rude. Excuse me. I'm paraphrasing, but that's the gist of what he says, and he just goes to town on them. It's amazing. But yeah,
Perfect.
ready?
All right. Three, two, one, go.
Don't resist. Stand up and fight me now.
Joyce, I have to fight back.
Is that really what's eating at the core of your conscience, Sage? Really? I get what he's trying to do is not trying to kill s- uh uh I
Kale.
forgot his name. Kale. Because Kale's a human being. But I'm like, you still gotta knock him out. You know, you can still like throw a punch, a blow here and there, not a killing blow necessarily. I mean, didn't they train you this in samurai training? I mean, there's ways around this. Trust me.
Yeah.
It's too much of art. I'm not buying this. And we want one thing to protect the mortal world from the dynasty. I'll have to do. Angels, please help me.
I have to
I
wonder if that
am
actually
proud
does
of
work in
you.
meditation.
I'm pretty sure it does. I am proud of you, my sons. Tonight you have learned the final and greatest truth of the ninja. That ultimate mastering comes not from the body, but from the mind. Together, there is nothing your four minds cannot accomplish. Help each other, draw upon one another, and always remember the power that binds you. The same is
Whoa.
what brought me here tonight, that which I gladly return with my final words. I love you all, my sons. Sorry, I have to do another Splinter impression. This did come out around the time Ninja Turtles the movie came out.
Yeah.
Frozen solid.
Oh.
Why do they always kill the birds and the animals, man? This will show how evil they are. Just keep just overkilling the trees, isn't he?
Oh.
Oh goodness, this is an evil sight, man. Reminds me of Tree of Might from Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
Wait, have you seen Tree of Might?
I think I have, but it's been years.
Yeah, it's like they started showing how much the effects of the Tree of Might was doing to Earth. You just see an elk just drop dead on the cliff.
I gotta stop him before he turns the planet into a winter
Just gives
nightmare.
us final call and just drops dead. It's horrible stuff.
My strength might come from dynasty, but I don't have to give in to them. I'll fight Kale as long as I can hold on. Skill, strength,
True. I will say this that about Jason. He technically has not killed a dog. He actually wouldn't even hurt a dog.
Hmm.
Although it did get implied in the second movie, the fact that Muffin came back unscratched and that Kane Harder refused to kick a dog in Jason Takes Manhattan. Yeah, Jason likes dogs.
Hmm. Let's just say this: Jason hates all life living.
Whoa. Oh,
All that effort.
not that to You don't like the welcome present I made for you? Your helmet must be too tight. Why would I enjoy watching you destroy animals?
well,
You're not
he
human.
was. It was supposed to be something else. Oh, now we got zombie deer,
Once you have carried out this task, you will earn your rightful place as a dynasty warrior.
which would be bad if it was the Dynasty Warriors video games instead of Dark Warlord. Now, to be fair, living deer actually can cause quite a bit of damage. And I'm not just saying that because every winter I normally see several cars damaged on the side of the road. Actually, this past winter I actually did miss one myself. The car in front of me actually hit it. Hit it and ended up pulling over. And they passed in a no passing zone. Because I guess they were in a hurry. And then so they hit the deer that I guess I was supposed to hit.
Oh wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, now thankfully no one was hurt except the deer, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. Go vegan for animal safety? Yeah, right.
And then again, I have had a deer actually in my backyard eating apples.
Oh, nice. Did you take a picture?
I wish, but every time I try to get my camera or my tablet, it runs off.
I guess it had its fill. Or I noticed that you were watching it.
Yeah, and actually, my cousin one of my cousins has tried to come a few times to see it.
Deer shook me up because I heard a deer bark. Oh wow.
Now for some clarity, I think the Dynasty Warriors video game series still hadn't. Well, I don't think the first game had came out yet, and also those games take place in China, not Japan.
Mm-hmm. I remember playing the first Dynasty Warriors and Dynasty Warriors 2 on PS2. Those were fun times. Very fun times.
What really needs from me. Can't let him have it. I've got to destroy
I
it
can't let him have it.
before he can control it. I must.
What's it sitting on?
I guess a rock.
It's rhetorical. Or actually, not. It's not meant to. It's not to be taken serious. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. And
I know this armor is from Paul's body, and if I keep wearing it, he might find a way of controlling me. I have to believe the ancient. His spirit is still guiding all of us. I have to have faith in my own mind, skill, and spirit.
You will listen now. My master Yoshi's first rule was possess the right thinking. Only then can one receive the gifts of strength, knowledge, and peace. I have tried to challenge your anger, sage, but more remains. Anger clouds of mine, turned inward, is an inconquerable enemy. You are unique among your peers, for you choose to face this enemy alone. But as you face it, do not forget them, and do not forget me. I am here, my son.
the farther we get into rewatching this, the more I hope that they never do remake this.
Yeah. Well, there is a remake to Shaman King out on Netflix.
With both of them in Tulsa's control, we can
I'm
make an
even more
unbelievable
concerned with hearing that it's on Netflix.
Let's just say I don't like the voice actors for the dub version.
back to the Ronin
Yo
Warriors.
sounds like a little girl. For example,
And I got an ad for Walden University.
and I paused at 4 seconds.
Okay.
By the way, how do you like my Splinter impressions?
Oh, pretty good.
Like every time they bring up the H one, I'm like, sounds like they're addressing Splinter now.
Yeah.
Okay, last one. Death comes for us all, Urukasaki. But something much worse comes for you. For when you die, it will be without honor.
Okay, so I think this next one is Kento's journey.
It is. Sand blasted.
Okay, I'm at 4 seconds.
Alright.
3, 2, 1.
Okay, I'm a little bit behind you, but we're a good pace.
Of the evil dynasty, calling on the spirits of samurai warriors. All five have been given super-powered fighting skills and weapons to wield against this tyranny.
Wisdom! Trust! Two arms!
Heroes pushed to the limits. A struggle between good and evil, and the fate of humanity hangs in the balance. The Ronin Warriors will return. Now, back to the Ronin Warriors. From his dark dominion, Tulsa plans his
So next is Deus throwing his pitch to defeat the next Ronin warrior.
Mm-hmm.
adding another Ronin to your collection, sire. I am spinning a very special craftsman named Kento armor, one in which his armor's brutish strength will be of no avail. But I ask a favor, master. Please allow me to use the twin sand striker.
Man, your speakers are really picking up all that action.
I will have
Yeah.
Hard Rock joining his two friends in the Dynasty dungeons very soon. Don't forget your words.
They have a dungeon? I thought they slaughter people. I kid.
Well, now we got a snowstorm and a freighter.
Oh man, this is taking forever. I can't stop thinking about that dream. Could it really mean something? Yeah, I mean, he's dead and he's talking to me in my sleep.
Oh, you gotta love the architecture in this the shot. And of course he pigs out on snacks.
Makes you wonder How is he able to maintain a good workout plan with that kind of dieting?
You are the strongest among the Ronin Warriors, but one great force cannot ruin another. Use the spirit of the honor to push your way through the sands of deception, so you can know them. See what is not there. See what's not there? But the whole thing about my armor is wand of strength. What do you mean, ancient one?
Yeah, but strength will only get you so far.
Maybe it doesn't mean anything.
Hmm.
Just look at Lubu.
But I've got a feeling this trick is more than just Kento part.
If you follow his historical path, yeah, he is the strongest warrior, but
Hmm.
because he refused to listen to his strategists, he ended up being defeated by Chow Chow and Liu Bei.
Hmm. The dynasty is piloting a lawnmower.
That's actually not really a tractor.
Thank you, tractor.
And to be fair, I have not seen a blue tractor. I've seen green ones, I've seen red ones, occasionally I've seen yellow ones, but never
Have
blue.
you operated one?
No. But no, I have gotten behind quite a few in traffic though.
What's it like?
It's slow.
Really?
Yeah. You better hope that you're not in a hurry or you're running behind.
I mean, I know it's slow, but the way how you said it, you made it sound so underwhelming
Yeah. Okay, I'm calling BS. His clothes should be a bit more tore up, or at
or
least more
dirty.
frayed, maybe.
You're alive?
Especially those pants.
You don't trust your own eyes? Wait, it's even
I'm sorry,
Somehow,
the color white always attracts more dirt than any other color.
Mhm. I was gonna say there should have been a damn there in that dialogue of his.
You have the subtlety of a bulldozer, Kento Hard Rock. You can throw yourself against the Dynasty's army with all your might, but still we are unstoppable.
They is telling it like it is.
Whoa! Oh, okay. Yeah,
Catwoman.
I was actually going to say Sandman.
Yeah. Friends of yours?
Right. They are an army within themselves.
Ah, that's
Mm,
gotta hurt.
yeah, or possibly, remember for Power Rangers the movie,
Hmm.
not the Tengu, but the creatures he created with his spit.
The ooze men.
Yeah,
What about them?
I don't know. For some reason, this scene, especially with the wrecking ball, is making me think of that particular scene in that movie.
The fight against the ooze men?
Yeah.
Well, meet my kids. We're the Power Rangers. Ooh, where's my autograph? Ha! Power Rangers. So Zordon sends children to fight his battles as always. Seriously, Ivan Ooze should have been the villain of Power Rangers Turbo, but I don't think the guy who did Ivan Ooze would have set always for that makeup session.
Yeah. Well, you gotta admit, Ivan had a lot of personality and potential.
Yep. Instead, we got Divas, which we're okay with her. We don't hate her that much for two obvious reasons. No, you don't want me to answer that.
Yeah. Yeah, she kind of came across as discount Rita. Yeah, I'm sorry. It just feels like
But she
she.
had two assets that kept her going.
It looks like you're the one who crumbs
Makes you
under
question whether or not she looks like this. She was the type that made you question whether or not Power Rangers was for kids or not for kids.
my sand.
Yeah, I will admit the episode where she worked at the pizza restaurant was funny.
Yeah, where she lost her memory. She's just eating up the pizza as they're serving them.
Another of your weaknesses.
He doesn't even make her fill out an application. He just hires her because of reasons. Of two reasons.
Yeah, I mean, if you're that desperate for help in your business, something's wrong.
I'm just saying, like again, as a kid, I knew exactly why he hired her. And it's like, wow, they aired this on a children's network. I will win this fight. Gotta admire his determination. Good
Yeah,
on you, Kento. Yeah, I'm not saying that in mockery. I'm actually, parroting him because that was an awesome line. Oh, we finally getting better foot soldiers too.
yeah,
I didn't notice that when I was continuing this series, but maybe this is an episode that I didn't see until we got our cable back. The birds are always first to go.
yeah. What is with the series and birds?
Particularly animal cruelty.
I mean,
It's almost turned into a Captain Planet episode, or at least a
oh,
Captain
now I've
Planet
got an ad
show.
coming up.
All right,
Yeah. Uh, and I
now I
and
got
I
to
do
add
kind
to.
of notice that if that particularly in all the in most of these episodes, even after they defeat the dynasty the first time and the other humans are free, we really don't see that much human life. I
Hmm.
mean, yeah, we do see Kento on a train. We see boats moving, but we don't see any humans.
They got lazy. Let's just put it like that. Oh wow, that was just one ad.
What?
I only got one ad, one, and it went back
Oh,
to the series.
okay. And now I've got Kentucky Fried Chicken. Oh, and I hate their fries. They need to go back to potato wedges.
Yeah. Then again, I don't eat Kentucky Fried anymore because of their
Oh,
switching gears. I refuse to put money into a company that switches gears like that.
yeah,
Same thing with Popeyes.
yeah. Their fries aren't even actually that good. And actually, I don't
Yeah.
eat at Popeyes anyway.
Well, Popeyes just basically put out a blacks only sign technically.
Well, actually, I live nowhere near a Popeyes. The only one, the
Good.
closest one is about 1.5 hours away. And honestly, I prefer Chick-fil-A.
Particularly, I don't care if it's just one Popeyes that put that sign out. That goes against that basically just guilty by association with that company. It's like if one of the Popeyes is doing that, then who's to say that all the Popeyes won't do that? So when I saw that sign on mine's, not sure if it was a joke or not. I will concede if it was that I could see that that I was being abrasive in my reaction, mind you. But until then, nothing has came up about it. But yeah, they said we're not we outright refuse to serve white people in this establishment. Like, yeah, if I saw that, I said this on mine. I said, yeah, if I saw that on one of the Popeyes over here, I'll march right up in there and tell them, you know what? I never even ate. I hardly ever eat at your place in the first place, but you got that sign out there. So I'll tell you right now, I will no longer be doing business with you. If I can't enjoy chicken and nobody else can't, I cannot eat chicken here. You know what I'm saying? That'd be the same thing if it's pizza. If no, it'd be saying like if Asian people cannot be allowed to eat pizza, I wouldn't eat pizza there.
Yeah,
I'm keeping
I
that
mean,
same energy.
yeah, I mean, and you hear people talk about cultural appropriation. There's actually several Asian restaurants where I live, and we have Thai restaurants, we have Chinese, we actually have Japanese.
Hmm.
Um, I mean, yeah, I know there are people that say, "Oh, if you go in there, it's going to be a cultural appropriation." Most of these business owners want us to eat there.
Hmm.
They like people enjoying their food and their culture.
Shared culture.
Yeah,
Shared culture. Something that's so foreign to these people.
yeah. I mean, and actually, even know several Mexican restaurant owners that will go to your table and ask if the food if the food's good, if the service is being good. I mean,
Hmm.
there's one that if this, there's even an a, Italian gentleman in town, um, him that if there's even the slightest problem, he'll give you a free dessert.
Right.
Yeah, and their cannolis are the best.
Just kills me when I see stuff like that. Just when you see it online, you see it, you just look at it, you're just in disbelief about it.
Yeah,
Like I was passing by a hair salon that says LG friendly, and I'm like, did you really need to announce that? There's a lot of people who are of the LGBT whatever working in hairdressing too.
yeah, as well as well. I mean, is anyone well? Do we even want to bring up Subway and the Megan? What's her last name?
Oh, you need to tell me that. I didn't hear about what's this about Subway?
Okay, apparently, the co-captain of the women's and the Olympic soccer team
Mm,
done some ads for Subway,
mm.
and a bunch of franchise. Well, and she's been rubbing a lot of people the wrong way with her
Oh wow.
activism in politics.
Right.
Well, turns out a bunch of customers for Subway are starting to turn away, and franchise
Mm.
owners are starting to beg the company to pull her ads.
Oh wow.
Now, whether anything happens with it or not, who knows? I do know that the Subways where I work actually went out.
Hmm.
Now, to be fair, in that case, they actually could never. Well, since this whole situation started last year, they have had a hard time keeping help, and I think last month it was open. It was just the franchise owner that was doing the work there.
Oh wow, that sounds bad. Really bad. To quote Queen Will, sorry, to quote King Willie, this is dread, truly dread.
Now, thankfully, one of the other franchise owners in the area actually did bring him on, so he's not without a job.
Cool. Somebody is able to save their skin and keep themselves afloat, or at least
Yeah.
ride the wave to greener pastures.
Okay, you ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
Okay. Three, two,
One
one.
more episode and we get to see Best Girl.
The Ronin
It sure seems like the Ronin Warriors have
That's
moved
a
on.
shot that I don't know. I'm gonna keep it to myself. My mind went to a bad place when I saw her backside.
Oh. Yeah, I guess you're right. And Julie leaves his shoes in a really weird place. Normally, the Japanese take their shoes off at the
Right?
door, and Mia's wearing her shoes.
Yep. I guess they're not in Tokyo.
Oh,
Could it be?
okay. That's a bad omen.
Mm-hmm.
Though it is a bit odd that the sand's pink. And look at those coyotes.
all the animals freaked out. Man, wonder why. Huh? They speed bump around or something.
Now, to be fair, animals are more sensitive to nature.
Oh
Well,
no, they're getting the floor.
evil spirits.
Captain Kento, he's our hero. Gonna take pollution down to zero. Gonna help him put us under. Bad guys like to loot and plunder. You'll pay for this, Captain Kento. We're the Ronin Warriors. You can be one too, because saving our planet is the thing to do. Looting and polluting is not the way. Here the Ronin Warriors have to say. The power is yours. To arms.
Now, actually, now that you mentioned it, Deus does remind me of Dr. Blight.
Let loose all your
Mhm.
fury in this game.
That
Because
was a
whenever,
hot woman, but she's evil.
well, did you ever get to see the other half of her face?
Yep. Everybody knows the other half of her face. Messy business there. Highly not recommend you lift it up if you do decide to wet that woman for whatever good that is or whatever mind you have of marrying that woman.
I always thought she was more in love with her computer. Yeah, for some reason, I think if they ever done a good continuation or reboot of that series, I could actually see them turning Mal, well, giving Mal an Ultron like body.
Oh, that would have been like Robot and Monster Girl from Invincible. If you know the history about that. It's the best animation so far. They're really going all out on this episode. If you noticed.
Yeah.
I mean, they've done some good animation in some of these episodes, but like this was like fluid motion, like nonstop.
Step back so as to watch you lose from a back. Sounds to me like you got it all figured out. The web is cast, hard rock. The more you struggle, the more entangled in it you'll become. Whatever.
Come to me, my sand troopers.
You may as well fight against a million warriors. The sand
I have to wonder what the Sand Strikers are based on.
brings down
I mean, obviously that they remind me of Sandman.
strength that you'll never win.
I'm pretty sure they just decided to make them on a whim. I don't think they're based on anything. Don't celebrate too early, Kento.
Huh? What happened? It's all gone.
Oh, he's gonna break his will on this one. Okay.
You turned this place into a lifeless desert, and it will spread. Soon the world will be covered by an unbroken blanket of sand, if you insist on protecting it. You tricked me, dwarf demon of illusion. That destructive armor of yours was meant to serve the dynasty.
Okay, something about the voices here reminds me of Transformers.
I wouldn't be surprised if some of these guys did work on Transformers. Who dares interrupt my coronation? Coronation, Starscream. This is bad comedy. Megatron, is that you? Here's a hint.
Galvatron must be stopped, no matter the cost. And yeah, I know that's a bad quote.
It's okay. You did a good job.
I am still no Peter Cullen, though.
Mercy, Optimus! You asked for mercy? I thought you were made of sturdier stuff.
I think it
Yeah, I
you are
paraphrased.
without mercy. Now ask for it. I thought you were made of sterner stuff.
Keep an eye on
Yep.
Ooh.
Use the spirit of the armor to push your way through the sand of deception.
I am here, my son.
See what is not there.
I think when I was watching this the first time around, I was starting to question if the ancient was really a good spirit, or if it was really the ancient one who was leading him on this journey.
Always relied on it.
I like to always think it's the spirit guide that's leading them on this on their journey. We all need a bit of spiritual guidance.
It's like they're everywhere. But ancient ones said to see the armor spirit to know their deception. Whoa! I can feel it. The spirit of the armor is part of the natural energy going through the earth.
The power is yours.
All right, now I know where they are. They're not. Okay, let's rock and roll, everybody.
Yeah. They scream real good.
Yeah.
I love the way you screamed, boy.
In order to use all my armor's strength, I had to put all of its power. To make an outstanding soldier in the ranks of the
So one
dynasty.
thing that we didn't really touch upon because we were talking so much about things that are not pertaining to this show was the fact that the dynasty is trying to recruit them this time instead of just trying to kill them and take their armor.
Yeah.
They're trying to break their spirits in some ways. Like at first, Sekhmet tried to use a clone of Sai to break his spirit to suggest that he could go evil at any given time, right? Much like
Yeah.
the Dark Masters, or at least the generals of Talpa. Um, Kale tries to break Sage's spirit by saying that he cannot save everybody in that way.
Yeah.
But will he ever get to use it in the
Um,
number of traps might be
so far,
waiting.
Days, in a way, has succeeded by capturing Kento.
Yeah. I'm also thinking a little bit
Okay,
of the show Witch. I'm not sure if you watched any of that or not.
I have. I just didn't see all of it.
Okay, well, in season two, the former witch members, of the, I guess the chicken members.
Hey, cue
No,
the Ivory Tower theme song.
oh,
You see that the pagoda is freaking gold now.
yeah,
I was thinking hey, now would be a good time to play the Ivory Tower theme song from Neverending Story. All right,
yeah.
almost time for Best Girl.
Okay, now going back to witch though, there was, hold on, let me pause it a second. Oh, I got an ad. Okay, but there. All right, you had Narissa, a bit on the nose with the name, by the way.
Mm,
Like who is trying to tempt her former teammates with things she thinks they desire. You're, now she actually, including the one that she killed.
right?
Okay, I'm trying to remember what each of them wanted. There was one that wanted power, so she tricked her with power and got control of her. There was one, let's see, one wanted power. Um, let's see, the all right, the one that she had killed wanted to be alive again because she wanted to be with her mom. Um, now during the episode that they talked about it, she showed her the hospital that she wanted to work at and be a nurse. Another dream she had. But it wasn't until she showed her mom and how much her mom missed her that she actually gave in. So, and let's see, number three. Uh, three was the actually I think two of them wanted power or indirectly wanted power, and then and and then the one that was the mentor to the witch team, she at I think she had to trick her beyond just offering her things such as, her granddaughter's safety, which was the one that was the most tempting to her, but she ultimately turned it down.
Right.
So something like that.
Did
Okay,
you
you
clear your
ready?
Yeah,
Okay, I'm at 0-0.
I'm at 3 seconds.
Okay,
You're
give me
lucky.
3. Okay, I'm at 3.
All right.
All right, you want to count us down for one final time tonight? Hopefully.
Sure thing. All right. I'm going to begin the countdown. 3, 2, 1.
So at this point, the only ones that they have left are Ryo and Ronin, or in Rowan,
Mm-hmm.
the R team.
Yep. I'm sorry, what was the journey that they were going on?
I think it was to gain more power.
Yeah. Within their armors, right?
Yeah.
Heroes pushed to the limits. Struggle between good and evil.
Wreath with fear!
The Ronin Warriors will return.
Will return.
Back to the Ronin Warriors.
Lady Kyra and the Dark Realm.
Mm-hmm. The name of your avatar. Finally, we're here.
Yeah, that was a bad
Oh,
laugh.
wow. Actually, that's the last laugh I ever heard you laugh. Must have struck the funny bone there.
No, I was trying to emulate her voice. It didn't work.
Ah. Arrow shock wave. Alright, I called upon my red eyes black dragon. Jeez, if only it does have those kind of properties, it would definitely be a better arrow attack.
Yeah. Oh, and we definitely got a top sound engraver to listen to this. This music is amazing.
Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure there has a soundtrack somewhere on YouTube that you can listen to.
So at this point, all 3 of the Dark Warlords have gotten, well, the remaining Dark Warlords have gotten one Ronin each.
Mm-hmm. You sound like what's her face from Sailor Moon. There's two.
Is
There's
it
two of them
Emerald?
I'm thinking of. The cat lady.
The cat lady.
Not Luna. Not Luna. One of the sisters.
What's her name?
Prince Rubius's henchwomen.
I think I know the one you're talking about. She's got the buns.
Yeah, that makes it look like cat's ears, and she's got the best outfit out of all of them. Truth be told, even though theirs are good, but like I like hers the best.
The better question would be, who could
Let's
have brought you Rowan of the Strata?
Yeah, sure, whatever. So who are you? Huh?
I'm my.
Oh,
You will know me soon enough, Rowan. My name is Lady Kyra from the realm of the dynasty.
You will know me soon enough. My name is Lady Kyra.
God
Yeah, that's
enunciate.
Friend, Halo Torrents of Hardness. You too will share.
God enunciate.
Ugh.
I don't think you'll be able to rescue them. You are welcome to try.
Yeah, you say they're your prisoners.
There's something about her voice that reminds me of My Little Pony.
Got a good point there.
All right.
Nightmare Moon
One good point deserves another.
I'm actually leaning more
or
toward
Queen
Princess
Queen.
Celestia.
Here's the punchline.
I was gonna say Queen Quissalis.
I can't believe that you blocked all my arrows. What's up with that?
If you're finished, then it's my turn.
Oh, I gotta concentrate. The harder cards. Hey, what does it smell? Perfume.
Yeah, looking back, I still don't quite understand it either. Because
I
even if
was
she
pulling
dabbed a
Joey.
little, yeah,
Hey, listen, lady,
because even if she dabbed a little bit of perfume and it's a different perfume on each card, the smells are going to run together.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking too.
I mean, if anything, it would probably just make someone gag. And
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
It's the limit of your power, Strata. I only hope your friend Ryo can do something more for me.
Ryo? No, wait. What are you saying, huh? We're not finished yet.
Don't worry, I'll see you again.
whoa.
No, Kyra, you were playing with me the whole time. If you're with the dynasty, you'll get yours. We'll see to it. Ryo!
I'm still like really just going back to the Mai versus Joey fight.
And we have the new ancient one.
Yep.
And she's waiting on him.
She's shrouded in shadow, by the way.
Hmm.
Just gotta love that sound.
Yeah.
So the one I was referring to, her name is Ko-An, but I'm pretty sure in the American version we called her Katsy.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think I remember her because her episode, she starts trying to sell makeup to Ray, and she ends up
Mm-hmm.
selling makeup at the end of the episode.
Mm-hmm. Once they purified her.
Yeah, and Ray has a broken leg or burned leg,
Yep.
and poor
Well,
Chad, his face is wrapped in bandages.
yeah, it was done by yeah, actually yeah, she was the one that like went overboard when she attacked her and the Sailor Scouts.
You might get their power.
I do remember that. She was making him do the chores despite his face was completely bandaged.
Yeah.
And then Cassie pops in. He's like, "Hey, I recognize that voice."
One, I will see this world from top.
She's the eldest sister, I think, but like the youngest sister is like the general, I think.
No, I actually think she's the youngest. The two older sisters are the last two they purified.
Yeah. Actually, actually you reminded me more of Esmeralda, the green-haired one, the one that Rubius had so much. They called her a laughing hyena. I think if I could be misremembering the episode, but she gives her final farewells to him when he causes his base to destroy itself, to self destruct.
Uh-huh.
I've been sent by my
This wiki is not a good source because it doesn't give us the American version, so the Deke version.
Mhm.
Now, Kyra, you're gonna tell us what Sage
So I'm only going them by their Japanese names.
Okay, so how does he know that the others are being captured?
Good question. They all seem to know, right?
Yeah, and how come he was able to find Ryo so easily? I mean, this is
Maybe they're in the same
pre-cell phone.
vicinity.
Huh? Oh no!
Oh yes, Sage is and size towards speed. I'm going to let you borrow these weapons for a while.
I still say she sounds like Princess Celestia.
Then I deliver you into Tolman's hands.
Let me look up her voice actress. You might be right on the money, by the way.
For real, that is Sage's sword and Sai's spear. Yes, Sage and Sai really are trapped in the dynasty world.
And I've got an ad coming up.
All right.
We're gonna
3,
get 'em
2, 1.
Did you know that your fabrics have more than just those?
Yep, I
What
got
with
that
all the
too.
free ads today?
The what?
Yeah, I've had several ads for Febreze today. Yeah,
Oh,
I got
wow.
a bunch of dogs here, but they're really well behaved.
Right.
And a freshness you'll love. Try new Febreze fabric antimicrobial.
So the English actress is Jane Perry. Oh gosh, she's gonna be in that new Yep, she's gonna be voicing that new game with that ugly faced woman.
Oh, okay.
All you have to do is go to opendoor.com and you'll get a competitive offer.
Oh, she was Rogue in Cyberpunk 2077. Um she was a character that could go with you depending on your choices in the game.
Well, I'm sold.
She was also in Hitman 2.
Sure. Get your free offer at
Hmm.
opendoor.com.
Does it say what voice she was? I don't think she was
Diana
Diana.
Burnwood.
Oh, okay.
I'd say that's none of my business.
Wow.
It's like making fried chicken, none of theirs.
Oh god, she was in that Greta Thunberg show. Oh wait, no, that's a movie with Chloe Grace Moretz.
Sorry, I'm not watching Jungle Cruise. I like The Rock, but I don't know.
I got something for woodwork.
Okay.
Avocado mattresses. Okay.
Okay. So still no luck on.
I don't care if it's non-profit. That doesn't make you any bigger. All right. I'm at 1120.
Okay. Well, I'm 11-14. So nothing on My Little Pony.
Hang on. I didn't look through the whole thing now. You ready?
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me catch up to you.
Get 'em out. The Ronin Warriors will return.
Okay, I'm at
She was in Mass
11-20.
Effect, Andromeda, Ghost Recon, Wildlands, Karen Bowman. Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, Female Customer at Bakery. The Autopsy of Jane Doe, Quantum Break, Hitman, Diana Barnwood. Soma, she was Maggie Kemorebi, Nadine Masters, Andrea Sluther, Hitman Sniper, Dream Falls, Alien Isolation, she was Verlaine. If you ever played Alien Isolation, you probably know who that is, probably. Dispatch on Need for Speed Rivals, World War Z, UN Delegate. I think that was the movie. Crisis, she was Tara Strickland. Hitman Absolution, in-game tutorial, mission narrator. 007 Legends, Holly Goodhead, Moonraker Scientist, Need for Speed Most Wanted, Dispatch mostly, Three Musketeers, she was D'Artagnan's mother in Three Musketeers, the one with Mila Jokovic and Luke Evans.
Okay.
MI5, Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. That's the 2010 version, not the original. How to Lose Friends, Alienate People, Inspires Will, Superstorm. Let me go down to the 90s. Galaxy Express 999. She was a shadow. Huh. She was Mei Ling in Night Warriors, Darkstalker's Revenge. She's in the TV series Viper as a social worker. Perfect Body, Indefensible, Deadman, X Files. She was Dorothy Benson, daycare operator. The Net, Victoria Whalen, Strange World. The New Ounce Family, Miss French, Fatal Error, Millennium. None of these ringing a bell.
No.
Atomic Train, Kelly Marks, Dragon Ball Z. She was Mrs. Briefs, Bulma's mom,
Oh.
and she was a Robot's woman, a random character in that in the episodes here and there. But above all else, she was Miss Briefs. That's about it. No My Little Pony. Yeah, you're right. No My Little Pony.
Well, that does sound like her voice, though.
I know, huh? Devil's Pass. Yep, nothing on other than video games and movies and maybe anime, but nothing on My Little Pony. This is IMDb, so they usually are good at this stuff. She was in the Surge, huh? Borg versus, yeah, I don't know what that is.
So who was Celestia's actress?
Let me see. Give me a sec. Okay. Sorry, it's taking so long. Cast. Let's see it. Nicole Oliver.
Okay.
And she was. Oh, she did Sasha's Party. That's Sally Bunn.
I'm sorry that I saw the trailer for that in theaters.
I saw the movie. I loved it.
Okay.
It's hilariously terrible, but I love it.
Oh, I'll take your word for it. It just didn't
Look,
seem like.
what kills me is that, wow, that was a lot of feedback. Ouch.
Sorry about that.
No, what kills me is the fact that those who watched it drew the line at the orgy scene at the end of the movie. Yes, there was an orgy scene. Despite the fact that there was a lot of food just getting chopped up in such hilarious ways, that's where you drew the line. That really tells you something about our society.
Yeah.
It's
All right.
like violence, okay. Sex, on the other hand, not okay.
Okay, you ready?
Yep.
11:20.
Mm-hmm.
3, 2, 1.
Then again, I actually like that setup anyways. I think it's best that we should stay like that. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah. Okay, so I know I need at least 2 stories.
She was
in
an
my head.
Arrow. Celestia was an Arrow.
Oh,
She was a judge.
I'd say these pretty much back up her story.
Tell me again about Lady Kyra.
Well, she said that Tulpa sent her. From what I saw, she's way different from all the other Dark Warlords. Forget about her, Rowan. We've got to rescue the others from Tulpa right now. Tulip, Io. We have to think about this. No,
Clear
you
your head,
don't.
Yugi.
Humans could be getting tortured while we're busy thinking about it here, Rowan. Hey, just take it easy. We need to come up with a plan, Ryo. If Kyra has her way, I guarantee that we'll be following her into a trap. I don't care. I'm going in. Somebody's got to save our friends. Hey, don't forget they're my friends too, Ryo.
Now stop, both of you. Papa would just love to
All
see
that
you.
machismo.
Yeah.
Now, if you two can't work this out, then I guess Papa's already won this fight.
Yeah, you're right.
This is why you need a lady in your group.
Yeah, you know what? Having a look. Okay, maybe I need to do a three levels.
Somebody didn't pay the bill.
Yeah, we're sick of your little games. What are you afraid to fight us?
Oh, Ryo, ever so abrasive. Why is the dynasty base gold? I'm not feeling that. There goes those creepy monks again. Amye naitapo, amye naitapo, amye naitapo.
Okay, now this is getting me Mortal Kombat vibes.
I know, huh? Or Killer Instinct.
No.
Ryo, make it stop! Please! What the hell?
Rowan's there too.
Thank you guys for caring.
That's her.
Dang, she got a little Catwoman there, didn't she?
Yep,
Or what's her name from Inuyasha? Wait, you did watch Inuyasha, right?
a little bit.
Don't you remember that hair demon then?
Um, I don't think I watched that episode.
Okay. I'll have to look her up
I
and
do remember reading part of the manga because my high school actually did have the first few volumes of it.
give me a sec. I'll look her up. Yura the hair as she's called. But she always had this one catchphrase. Oh me, oh my.
Kyra, she's a girl.
Well,
No
Many humans have surrendered.
what tipped you off? The name or the fact that she's physically standing to you as a woman?
Papa offers unimaginable gifts. Dark Warriors. You've seen what they can do, but tall pilots may do so much more.
Wait, did Darren Harris stream today? I'm pretty sure he did.
Consider yourself lucky to have me as your guide. Let's go.
honestly, she's almost seductive right now.
As you would.
And we're not going
As you
anywhere.
would design a character like that. They got many ways of transforming to their basic armor, but they can't seem to always have a consistent flow of action. Come on now, animators. At least they didn't use the transformation animation recycle.
Yeah.
Ooh, and now are the big, strong Ronin Warriors gonna give me the thrashing I deserve?
Gotta give Rowan credit. He's got very strong jaw resistance.
One hand.
Yeah.
I remember watching the Battle of Blackwater on Game of Thrones, and like when they tell the archers to hold, you see a slight shake in their hands, most of them.
more dangerous than she looks,
I
right?
mean, shooting a gun is one thing, but shooting an arrow, or at least trying to hold an arrow while drawn, that's a trick right there in itself. Don't you agree?
Yeah.
Oh, they got to use the Welling opera singer.
Your trick doesn't seem to work all that well.
No.
Your all
Oh, her theme song.
Yeah.
give me the touch.
I think this will be the only song that Sound Engraver likes, or the one that she'll remember the most.
My star, my sword.
See, she has armor that doesn't really accentuate her assets, but I'm pretty sure the
Right.
SJOs will find a reason to be mad at about that armor.
They'll find another reason to be mad at the show later.
Oh yeah, most likely they'll probably make excuses for why she should be the main character of the story and not the dudes.
Ouch.
Hey, are you all right, Ryo?
Yep.
Man, only I could transform into the white armor. Then we might have.
Well, you gotta help your friends first to do that.
Yeah.
Sorry, Rob. As much as
I'm
I
pretty sure you established that you know how that armor works.
not your friend.
Yeah, we spent a few episodes learning how it works.
So,
Then again, that would be overkill if he used that against her. She's just one person.
Yeah.
What am I saying? She's the bad guy. Why should I be worrying about fairness here? Like we said, right? We're equal opportunists here, right? So she gets the same treatment as they do with the dudes. Ah, another big reveal.
ancient of the magic staff. No, it's not possible.
And also Mananui that it would actually would be more comfortable than just a larger plate pushing her in.
A lot of those arguments are lobbied at people who know nothing about armoring at all, or how metal works when you shape it into such a way. I
Yeah.
I know it's about as much as a say a what's a good analogy? I would say I know as much as I know a person who has very little idea of how animals completely work. For the sake of analogy, but whatever. But still, the point is, it's like they're made the exact same way as male plate armor. You know,
Yeah.
you think I better
Okay.
go now? She says so casually.
Yeah.
Okay, come on, Green. You gotta quote that now. That should be good enough for you to quote.
I think I better go now.
Close enough.
Don't think you've won this game now, Ronin Warriors. This
Oh,
is
that's
fine.
actually pretty good.
The ancient one saved us.
You know, if you were to do the voice acting, you'd do a good female outlaw like Ash from Overwatch.
Ryo and Rowan now have to
Okay.
find a way into the Dynasty world to save their
Wait, you don't know Ash from Overwatch, do you?
incredible arc,
No.
and it seems an even more
So I'll give you one of her lines, and you'll try to repeat after me. I stick up for my crew.
Warriors will return.
I stick up for my crew.
Well, that sounds like a young Ash.
I stick up for my crew.
My business. Wait, no, hang on. All right, that let me pause because we're pretty much at the end of 28. Well,
Um,
you need to learn to lose.
you need to learn to lose.
That's casual, but that's good enough. My business, my rules.
My business, my rules.
Nice. Yeah.
Just don't ask me to do a quote from Azula from Avatar.
I'm tempted. Do the tides command this ship? Begging your pardon. If I were to throw you, if I were to throw you off this ship, the tides wouldn't think twice about crashing you against the rocks. Now would they? I don't think so, ma'am. Then you should worry. Then you should worry less about the tides that have already made up their mind what they're going to do to you, than more about me, who's still mulling it over.
Uh, Not quite the quote I was thinking of. I was thinking about the one she did on the day of Black Sun,
Oh,
where, where she's kind of where she's proving how good a liar she is.
oh, that's going to be very difficult for you. I'm a good liar. Try it. I'm a something something something. Okay, you're a good liar, but I suggest you still start talking.
Yeah, I still don't know how that voice actress was able to say that line without cracking up.
Oh, I'm sure there's a lot of things she could have said that without cracking up, especially the beach episode.
Yeah,
My mother called me a monster. She was right, but it still hurt.
yeah, and the fact that Azula admits she's a monster is still a bit weird.
I think she's really trying to put up a front on that though, or at least that's what she thought her mom had said. Something that she says to herself, but she projects it onto others.
Yeah, I think I did send you that video to Hello Future Me talking about Azula's
Psychology.
like yeah, where where it did talk about almost all the interactions between Ursa and Azula were kind of Ursa was judging her or reprimanding her,
Hmm.
including at one point saying, "What is wrong with that child?"
Yep. What is wrong with that child? Daddy's gonna kill you. Daddy's gonna kill you. It's true.
And
Stop.
then in order to save Zuko, Ursa killed the Fire Lord.
I still would like to know how she accomplished that. A lot
I
of people would
think
like to
she
say poison, but I like to think she smothered him with his pillow.
uh, well, more than likely poison. I mean, she's not. I mean, she's a non-bender for one, and two. I mean, he is the Fire Lord. He should be able to fight back.
Yeah. but you can kind of still see frail and fragile he is in his condition. And
True.
I don't think he would have suspected Ursula to really kill him, so that would have taken him off guard.
Yeah,
I like to think back to Gladiator with Commodus and how he
yeah,
killed Marcus.
and I want to say that if it was obvious it was a murder, like she stabbed him or something,
They would
and
know.
yeah, it would have been a bigger show instead of oh, Ursula just vanishes.
Because Ozai did say she did some unspeakable things, which is suggest again she murdered him. But like I said, from from my point of view, I think she smothered him. I don't think they would know it's poison. At least they shouldn't be able to know how poison works.
Yeah, I want to say more than well, it is possible that she might have used a sedative that knocked him out and then smothered him or something.
Yeah, like I said, yeah, you can argue that he could have attacked her, you know. But again, that's usually when it comes to the smothering, it's like you don't know what's really happening. And even if he does, even if he does burn his room in the struggle, he'll burn himself.
Yeah,
I think she did while he was sleeping. I like to think so that he did while he was sleeping. I'm sorry, she.
yeah,
You know, like I said, he was in a moment of weakness at that point. She would have to get him while he was in bed. Because like I said, poison would have been be able to be traceable in the world of Avatar.
okay, so we have 10 episodes left on Ronin Warriors.
Sweet.
Okay. And, well, and the next episode is Anubis Reborn. Kind of gives away the
What
reveal.
happened just now? Just now, yeah, we were they for context, everybody who's just listening in, the Roland and Ryle were saved by a new ancient. But of course, if you're watching the episode, it's quite obvious. If you've been following this show with us, it's quite obvious who the ancient is. But yeah, that episode did give away.
Yeah. And, let's see, I'm trying to figure out how far I want to go next time.
It's
20,
Anubis. Anubis has taken the form of the ancient one.
or at least his clothes.
Yeah.
So, let's see.
So far, the enemies and the heroes are 2-2 actually on the victory scale.
I don't know. How about another 5 episodes next time? From
That'll work.
29 to 33.
Yeah. We'll get a little bit more Kyra in those episodes. She's gonna be the main villain that's kind of harassing the Ronin Warriors for our time before we get back to the status quo, which is the other fighters like Sekhmet, Days, Kale.
Yeah, and we'll get a few episodes where it's just Rao and Ronan. I mean, Rowan.
Mm. And I think we're gonna get
Um,
back the one, what was his name again, that was trying to take the Infernal armor. Probably gonna get some more episodes with him again in the future.
hmm,
Because I don't think they beat him completely. I think he retreated, right?
he might have. I'm not sure.
I'll do a
Hmm.
recap. Well, we'll see what happens when we get there, right?
Yeah.
Ready to wrap it up?
Yep. So I want to thank everyone for watching, and and hopefully you're enjoying the series as much as we are.
And hearing us talk.
Yeah. All right, now look for my Samurai Warriors 5 review coming out soon, and I am gonna try to add some more videos with Samurai Warriors 4,
Nice.
and I don't know. Friday I might live stream part of my haunted house build. I might I might try to do Mia's house. I'm still debating on how many floors it needs.
How many are you thinking?
If I'm thinking at least two. I may give her a basement as well.
Less is more.
Well, yeah, her house is very minimalist.
Hmm. All
So
right then.
what's going on your channel, Wolfie?
Tomorrow, me and Matthew Flynn will be talking about Ben 10 on our on another time where another chance of meeting. Last time this was about last year, I think. We did talking Transformers. Now we're gonna be doing talking Ben 10. The step is we're probably gonna be. I'm gonna try to get as much as we can throughout that stream, which is we talk about the original series all the way up to Alien Force, Ultimate Alien, even a little bit of Omniverse because I did get that far into all those series before I quit on Omniverse. So look forward to that tomorrow. Will it be just me and Matt? Nope. The UN Space will be with us too. Now, how much we'll be able to contribute as much as we can, that's to be seen tomorrow. So yeah, tomorrow we have a guest. We have a guest speaker. Next week we're going to do elevator pitch, which is we either have somebody on that's talking about their project, or we talk about the most outlandish projects we can think of, either what we think the woke could do next, or what we have as an idea of a story. Then of course we have.
Hmm.
Hang on, let me drop my list again because I cannot for life of me remember my list. All right, yeah. Okay, so the Tuesday after next, we'll be talking about objectivity versus subjectivity. And
Okay.
then Thursday, we'll be talking about realism. Yep, Thursday
You
we'll
mean
talk about real.
you mean the excuse they're using for making women ugly and trying to make characters fat?
It's more of what they think realism is, or what they're trying to use it as a yeah, basically what you're saying, like an excuse to justify certain things or justify certain acts and behaviors. But what realism really is to many, I think a lot of people agree with me here. Realism is what makes that world real to you. Like what makes that world believable in that universe. Like a suspension of disbelief kind of thing. Whereas, yes, you could totally buy that Spider-Man can swing his body on a thin thread of web, you know? Or
Yeah.
you can totally buy that despite the weight and heft that, you know, Magneto can lift all the metal around him that he can conjure up with some resistance, if you will. Like the scene where he lifts that Golden Gate Bridge in X3. He doesn't like lift it like it's that easy. Like there's some friction and pull and pushback on trying to lift that bridge. But there's no sign of struggle in his face though. But it's still a challenge though. Like the
Mhm.
metal is bending, breaking, twisting, turning. There's still cables running through that bridge. That's what I mean by realism. Like you still got to play a part that the rules of physics to some degree in that world. How the physics work in that world. How the science work in that world. You know. So we be talking about that. How people tend to confuse it with, oh, it's realistic that they will do that. Oh, that's another thing. Realistically, how do people behave realistically in that world? Like, for example, it's realistic that Luke would try to kill his own nephew because he sensed evil in him. No. Anybody who's good will try to steer them away from the evil. At least try to reason them away from the evil. They will not just go
And
outright think, well, I need to kill it before it grows.
hello, Vader.
Yep, pretty much. So we'll be discussing that. That's it actually. Um, I do plan on to do a roast of Wolf Commander. I guess somewhere next month
What's
we'll be
there to
doing it.
roast?
What's there to roast? There's a lot of things that they can roast about me.
Um, the fact that you hate oysters.
You, I don't like eating oysters. Hate the smell, hate the taste, hate all them little shells. No, it's more of they can roast me about the fact that I hate dolphins. That I don't trust dolphins. That I have a searing, burning hatred of dolphins. Or roast how
And
much I
pineapple
I,
on
I
pizza.
tend. Wait, what?
And pineapple on pizza.
That's a common hate. Anybody don't like pineapples on their pizza.
You need to try it at the Italian restaurant in town. It is really good.
I don't care how good somebody else cooks it. I'm not eating pineapple pizza.
It's a dessert pizza with him.
I don't even eat pizza with ham.
Mm.
But other than
Okay,
that,
what about
like,
the
yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot. There's a lot that there's a lot of potential in that. The roasting of the Wolf Commander. I think I've earned that. I've been doing this show for quite some time. Like it's begin to near the end of the year, especially since I began it late last year in its inception.
well, to be fair, Madanui, dolphins
Exactly, Mata.
also are able to kill sharks. They can actually put great whites in tonic and eat them alive.
Yep. All I'm saying is I don't trust dolphins. Ever since Simpsons episode, the Treehouse of Horror episode. But yeah.
But come on, it's not like you forget to take out the trash every other day,
Mm.
or um, or leave the toilet seat up,
But yeah,
or track
I,
in the
if
house.
if that goes well, then we can do another roast, like a roast of the Leia Valor Leia plus size, or roast of the Schooner Tuna, or even just roasting the entire UN Spacey as a whole.
Eh, sorry, I couldn't do it to you. You're too nice.
Hey, I have my bad side too sometimes. Like I said, there's a lot that one can roast about me.
Oh,
You
that is
haven't watched
me.
the you haven't watched the roast of anything then.
Hmm.
Brigitte Nielsen was the worst one though, because she wasn't even.
Hmm. Yeah,
Because
that's the only roast I'm good at is a roast in the slow cooker.
mm,
Yeah, yeah. Right after I throw in the potatoes and carrots and the roast, and then my secret mix to cook overnight.
other than that, yeah, I got lot of plans. Part twos of yesterday's stream. Definitely going to be coming back with another Fantasy Studio Office. I think I'm going to do the Dark Universe for that one. That's what I'm planning to do. Not fixing the Dark Universe, more of a what we would do if we were helming the Dark Universe. The first Fantasy Studio Office we did our version of Marvel Phase 4, basically basing off my rewrite of Avengers Endgame. Then we did the DCEU, which I'm going to be clipping. Like I said, I'm going to be clipping that one so that people can indulge those videos rather than just looking through the stream itself. So be on the lookout for separate videos as Soundograver suggested, which is loose content.
Okay, that sounds fun. Uh, okay. And Manny Boogie says okay with me, but you'll never know I was joking. Okay, try me.
I'm rolling my eyes on that one.
Why? There's plenty about me you can roast.
No, I'm rolling my eyes at the fact that we wouldn't be able to tell if he was joking or not. Then again, who knows what could be happening behind that keyboard. Other than that, I'm ready to go if you're ready.
Okay. So next week, knock on wood, because how things been going where I we will be watching episodes 29 through 33, and then we will finish, and then 1 week later we will finish off the series.
Yeah, that'll work.
And after that, I may try to stream Hitman 3. I might I might try to stream Final Fantasy 10.
Sweet. I'll be all for that if
And
I
I
can show up.
Yeah, and I might try. Well, I'm going to experiment first with Samurai Warriors 5 because trying Samurai Warriors 4 was a bit of a headache.
Mm. Would you call that a failure?
Well, Koei Tecmo pretty much put a bunch of spots that were um protected scenes or in it. So it kind of made it hard because like I would see your comments and then they disappear for a certain scene and then they
Okay.
come back and then I have had the um like I said I don't know what's going on with my internet or what was going on with my internet where
I was
for
experiencing some stuff to I've been experiencing some stuff since last week too.
nothing but of War 3 right now
That's what he's playing.
and attempts to make my comments come off less aggressive.
Well,
That's
if
all
you're
that's happening
improving,
on
that's
the
good.
keyboard right now. You are way too hard on yourself, not anyway.
Ain't that the truth?
Yeah. Well, until next time, guys, keep enjoying the video games and series you love. And I'll see you guys next time. Say goodnight,
Come
Wilbur.
listen to a story all about how my life got flipped, turned upside down. If you like to take a minute, just sit right there. I'll tell you how you become a Prince of Town called Bel Air. You have a good night, Greenie, and everybody have a good night.
Hmm.